Most marriages that fail founder for precisely this kind of reason. An irreconcilable difference.
I'd agree with Larry. It's usually more than that.
Yeah, it might be different beliefs, or different nationalities, or a huge age gap. You mean to marry Mrs. Crawley here? But that doesn't prevent me from seeing that the wide disparity in class and background may prove your undoing.
Dialogue is so central to a story that it is absolutely crucial to get it right. It comes in many styles and flavors. Mastering it involves a never-ending process of study, practice, and more practice. Let's get to it. Welcome to Good Writing, everyone. Want to improve your character dialogue? Then study how people engage in conversations of all sorts. Watch more movies, read more novels, plays, and scripts, and always read your newly written dialogue out loud. This last bit is equally important because it helps you to get a handle on the sounds, rhythms, and flows of crafted speech. Linda Seeger refers to dialogue as the music of fiction writing. That's because dialogue should contain melodic patterns which have their own rhythm and textures, much like music does. As writers, we have to develop an ear for this if we are to write speech that conveys the emotions, attitudes, and values of our individual characters. In a book, Creating Unforgettable Characters, Seeger offers the following checklist. Have you defined your characters through their speech, rhythm, vocabulary, accent, and the length of their sentences? In Downton Abbey, the Dowager Countess's accent, social standing, and aristocratic demeanour is revealed in her utterances, no more so than when she fails to recognise the difference between a working day and the weekend break.
Well, don't worry. There are plenty of hours in the day. And of course I'll have the weekend.
What is a weekend?
Does the dialogue contain enough conflict, both immediate and longer term? Does it contrast the attitudes and values of the different characters? For example, Lady Sybil reveals her interest in fighting for women's rights by attending a local by-election against the wishes of her father.
Don't be silly, Nancy. You didn't think I missed my very first by-election.
I don't think his lordship would approve.
Let me worry about him.
Does the dialogue bristle with subtext? To put it in another way, does the denotation of the words differ from their connotation? Is there a deeper and often opposite meaning under the surface of the speech?
Perhaps Thomas has seen and done more than is good for him. He's not a ladies' man.
Well, isn't it a blessed relief?
Daisy, Thomas is a troubled soul.
I don't know what you mean, Mrs. Patmore.
Here, Mrs. Patmore uses subtext to try and communicate that Daisy is barking up the wrong tree in showing a romantic interest in Thomas, who is secretly gay. Daisy doesn't get it, but we do, and this enriches our enjoyment of the scene. Does the dialogue reveal or hint at the general background of the characters, their level of education, age, and social standing? Again, in Downton Abbey, a maid or a footman speak very differently to, say, a Lady Mary.
Mr. Napier, my lady.
What a surprise. I'm afraid you've just missed my aunt.
Is each character's dialogue distinct? In other words, if the speech tags in the novel or screenplay suddenly disappeared, could one still recognize who was speaking?
Eat my shorts.
All right.
I'm willing to bet that most of us can tell that Eat My Shorts belongs to Bart rather than to Marge Simpson. To apply this advice to your own writing, find a scene from a novel or screenplay you have worked on and abandoned. Run through the checklist and make sure that it ticks some of the boxes at the very least. Move to the next scene and repeat. And don't be surprised if your manuscript or screenplay suddenly resurrects itself. To sum it all up then, improve your character's dialogue by focusing on important aspects of the craft, such as rhythm, texture, conflict, subtext, background, and distinctiveness. Well, that's it for now. If you learned something from this video, consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons and leaving a comment to share your thoughts and to help the channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.